Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. I'm here to at least correlate the two cases, involving Nnamdi Kanu and Abiola in 1993. Abiola case was a very different one from Nnamdi Kanu's case. And, having considered that, we actually understand the Fulani hegemonies are trying to at least equate the two cases. But to various areas, to various classes, to various schools, Nnamdi case is quite different from Abiola case, and there's no way Fulani is going to achieve what they achieved in Abiola case. Abiola was actually killed by the North. If you ask me, the military regime then was the one, responsible for Abiola's case. The Fulani hegemony, they actually annihilated Abiola. They used United Nations, the United States of America. If you want to know much about Abiola's death, you should actually go and ask the then United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan, who was in charge then of all the affairs of the United Member Nations. When they having meeting with Abiola himself in Nigeria, Abiola was poisoned. He died. If you want to know much about this, ask Condoleezza Rice, the then Secretary of State of the United States of America. How do you correlate Abiola's case and the Nnamdi Kanu's case? Nnamdi Kanu is obviously coming out from DSS, detention, because the whole world is interested, because the whole IGBOS are interested. And then Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for his own, freedom. He was fighting for the freedom of his people, the IGBOS. He was fighting for emancipation of the Biafran nationality, nation. He was fighting for the right of the IGBOS. He was fighting for the exploitation of the IGBOS. He was fighting for marginalization of the IGBOS. There's no how you can actually collide someone that is fighting for freedom, the case of freedom, and the case of political leadership. Abiola, anyway, one day, June 12, 1993 election, presidential election, his friend, the then head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, denied him his mandate. He has actually come out to apologize that he was the person that annulled the June 12th presidential election. He did it during the launch of his book at his, hilltop Mina mansion. And the whole Nigerians were there, political schools, Nigerian billionaires, all of them graced the occasion, former head of states and former presidents, all of them were there. They were, ignorantly actually celebrating a man that murdered the epitome, Nigerian epitome of democracy, Abiola. They even contributed money in billions and added more to what Babangida has stolen in the past. Man, this is a great shock of our lives, especially with the freedom fighters, with the human rights activists, with the press in Nigeria. To be frank, to say the truth, they shouldn't have contributed money to give to a man who has enjoyed the Gulf War oil windfall of 1990s during Operation Desert Storm, when American-led Allied forces actually went to Middle East, Europe, and decimated the regime of Saddam Hussein in Iraq. He made the money. He couldn't actually give us the account how the oil, Gulf oil was, spent or expended in Nigeria. Babangida made no less than $12 billion. That was when Nigeria realized the highest oil sale, crude oil sale in history. The money he made then during his regime, we know that actually he remitted it into his personal purse. See, let me tell you, the reason why Abacha was probed, some money from Abacha's account were, remitted into Nigeria, public purse during Obasanjo regime, was due to the fact that Abacha is dead. Abacha wasn't alive. See, let me tell you, Babangida actually sold Nigeria. Babangida sold oil. Babangida and his wife, and other, accomplices. But today, why donating money to a man who has come to confess? He is now bedridden. He's on wheelchair. And Nigerian billionaires, Atoezes, the Dangotes, the Obasanjos, the Jonathans, all the millionaires in Nigeria, they contributed billions and gave to the same man who has stolen our public fund. See, listen and listen good. It is very, very uncalled for. It is it's an abominable act. If you ask me, I will tell you that all these people are the same. Babangida is the same with Obasanjo. Obasanjo is the same with Babangida. All of them are the same. Tinubu himself, they are made of same feathers. Look at how they actually rubbished a man who won the best, the first ever, most freest, most fairest election ever conducted in this country. Look at the way actually they rubbished him, they humiliated him, and finally he was demised and went to his early grave today. And no justice has been able to be meted for the family of the man. No justice has ever been given to the children of the man. Today, all Abiola assets, all his multi-billion naira assets, establishments, ranging from the monthly published Concord magazine from London, Concord airline, and so on and so forth. Even Abiola Cattle Ranch, all of them disappeared all of a sudden today. We couldn't forget in a haste, Coop Bank, COOP Bank, managed by the then Atinuke, Simbiat, I think, Abiola, the senior wife. All this establishment disappeared because simply this man won an election. Yoruba themselves, they surprised me. Someone that killed your son, you are celebrating him. Abiola was killed, murdered by Babangida, and Yorubas are not doing anything. They are celebrating someone that has ever done them harm. And I can see this as a culture, a Yoruba culture. They celebrate someone that is very wicked to them. And if you are kind and very, very honest with Yoruba man will turn his back on you. Yoruba man will spank on you. Yoruba man will criticize you. But if you are too tough on them, that is when they could actually allow you, epitomize you, celebrate you, and praise you. They were all hailing a man that killed Abiola today, and Southwest could not do anything. If it could be an Igbo man, I don't think I would be in Lagos now. If Babangida could be an Igbo man, I don't think all our properties in Lagos, all over Southwest, will be standing erect today. But look at Babangida, walking free, enjoying his life. After murdering many people during his regime, he killed actually his best friend, Mama Vasta, a poet, his class classmates, his best friend, Mama Vasta. His widow is there today to tell us, to give us the testimony how Mama Vasta was executed in 1985 by his best friend, Badamasi Babangida. Well, what a story. We are facing many gory stories, many tearful stories, many stories that actually twinkle eyes, disheartening our heart, bringing sorrow to our mental ability. How could you just go on be celebrating a man who has brought Nigeria to this situation? During his own regime, we've actually read about SAP, Structural Adjustment Program, Better Life for Local Women, and so on and so forth. Ibrahim Babangida no mix has actually changed Nigeria and brought Nigeria to this kind of, abject poverty today. He was the one that started corruption in Nigeria. The father of modern, corrupt Nigeria is Ibrahim Babangida. But look at the way they are trying to equate the kind of offense he committed to the kind of offense Abacha committed, and actually Moshood Abiola was the victim. And now people are saying, now Fulani hegemony, the Janjaweeds, are working hand in hand to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu ended up the way Abiola ended up in jail. It is a lie. Kanu will not die that way. Kanu will actually be free. The kind of offense, the kind of curse, two of them are fighting, are not the same. Kanu is fighting the cause of freedom. Nnamdi is fighting for the marginalization, against the marginalization of Igbo man. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for his freedom. So the Fulanis, all their dreams to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu dies in prison has become a vacant, blank dream, an empty dream that can never come true. Nnamdi Kanu will never die in a prison because the kind of offense, the kind of cause he fought for is not the kind of cause. Actually, if you ask me, Abiola fought for. Abiola fought for democracy. Abiola fought for the austere, at least exit of the military junta or adventurism in Nigeria, and he actually succeeded that year in 1993. But that mantle of leadership could not be at least given to him. So Abiola fought a cause for democracy. Nnamdi Kanu fought a cause for Igbo man to be free from the tutelage of Fulani and Yoruba Arab hegemony. So this time around, don't compare the two characters together. Nnamdi Kanu is an anointed, let me say, lamb, sacrificial lamb. Here comes an end of my narrative. Thank you so much.